Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Okay, so welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I will just want to cover do's and don'ts of convolutions part 1. Okay, so given a two signal, for example xt and also yt here, and for example I chooses xt to be full and shift, it will happen to be the final signal will look like this. T minus 1 and T minus 2. Okay, so after I have fold, the final signal should look like this. The folded signal of xt should look like this. Okay, so this is the correct way. This is the correct way of how you should answer it. Okay, so for the first don'ts that I want to highlight is about the size of the signal. Okay, for example, for this signal, as you can see from the signal that we have shift and fold, you see actually the height is 1 and also the length is actually 2. Okay, but then previously what I have observed from my previous student is they did not draw the signal properly, and you can see from this example the signal is actually shorter than the original signal. Okay, and the second problem that I want to highlight is actually the value of the signal. Okay, for example is down here. See, what I observe normally is that the student will only put two value, which they forgot and missed to put another one value which is t minus 1 for this example, in this case. Okay, so these two type of problem will causes you to have the overall solution is wrong. Okay, because it involves integration, and can you imagine when you miss this value, and also because of the size of the signals, when you move the signal until at the end of the signal, it will result in a very major mistakes that can cause your overall calculation is wrong. Okay, alright, now we have two don'ts that I want to highlight. Moving on to our third don'ts. Okay, for example, again we have two type of signal here, which is xt and yt. Okay, the third mistakes that usually occur when there is a negative value, such as like this, or negative signal. This is the correct way of how you can solve this question. Okay, let me highlight what is the problem that usually the students did previously. What they did here is that they stopped the solution until here only, which is wrong. Why this happened is because they assume this part there are no overlapping. They assume that there are no overlapping, which is wrong. Okay, yes, true, with our bare eyes we can see that there are no overlapping there, but then you did forgot that the signals, they are moving in one axis, the same axis, meaning they are still overlapping here, even though the signal are not overlapping, but they are overlap on the axis itself. Okay, so meaning you still have to integrate the signal by putting the amplitude of the signals of 1, that's why I put 1 here, from the moving signal, I can say, which is the green one, and -1 from the original signal, which is here. So therefore I hope this video can avoid all of you to repeat the same mistakes that I have been done previously, and therefore you all can master convolution in question easily. Okay, that's all from me.